Hello everyone, I'm Paul Gross. I'm an extension educator for Michigan State University in central Michigan, specializing in cover crops and soil health. And I'm at the North Central Region Research Station north of St. John's talking about cover crops, and specifically what we're going to talk about now is sunflowers. Many times people will put sunflowers in a cover crop mix. So we're going to talk just a little bit about sunflowers and why you might put them in the mix. First of all, there's an awful lot of eye appeal with sunflowers. A lot of times people like to put it in because it's nice for the neighborhood. There's just a lot of different reasons, but they're also pollinator mixes. If you can look closely, when you get an opportunity to see the number of bees that are coming into this sunflower, so there's a lot of real benefits above and below ground for sunflowers. One is aesthetics, one is from a pollinator standpoint. The other thing is, look at the height and the tremendous biomass that they would contribute as a cover crop. The other thing that a lot of times individuals will use sunflowers for is for compaction. And we've done some root digging here, and this is a smaller sunflower, and you can see sunflowers are actually a tap-rooted type plant. So people will put them in to remediate compaction in their soil. So what we did here, in this research site, there's a lot of traffic on this headland. So what we did is we just wanted to pull a couple out to see what type of rooting systems these sunflowers have, even at this size. So recognizing that the sunflower is a tap-rooted plant, so we can see the young plant has a real nice tap root. But when we start pulling roots out, when we start looking at some of these larger sunflowers pulled from this end, you can see that we have a huge plant, but we have a compaction layer here. We don't see that tap root. So what we actually did is we did some digging, and you can see in this particular plant, this particular sunflower, you can see the tap root, but you can see how it hit that compaction layer and started to corkscrew. It's trying to get through that compaction layer. So this plant is trying to do some biological deep till, but you can see if you can find where that compaction layer is. It's really interesting to see how these plants can work for you. The other thing with sunflowers is the fibrous root systems that's associated with the sunflower can really benefit the soil health in those microbial communities below ground. The next thing we did, we actually took one and we hosed it off, just to give you a really good example of the root mass that's below ground, the fibrous root system that you see. You'll also see, this is one taken just down from the last one I showed you. You'll also see the taproot is actually going off to the side because we hit the compaction layer. It's harder to see, but you can see the corkscrew again. It hits the compaction layer and starts going laterally. So we know that there's a little bit of compaction in here. We also know that we have a plant here that is very fibrous rooted, tap rooted, and it's trying to do some biological deep tillage for you, trying to penetrate. These roots are going to penetrate through them compaction layer and help remediate some of those problems. Also, another benefit, individuals will use these in grazing systems as well. I understand cattle like to eat them pretty well. It will graze on sunflowers. So with the benefit of aesthetics, with the benefits of the pollinator mix, with the benefits of the fibrous roots and the tap-rooted system, sunflowers can be a really nice part of a cover crop mix or by itself.